Hi second graders, it's Mrs. Burke here with a video math lesson today. Yesterday and today you've been working on finding halves. So I want to quickly go over that word half and what it means. So halves are when you take a whole number and you divide it into two equal shares. Now there's two very important characteristics of a half. First, you have to have two parts, and next, those two parts have to be equal. So that's how we can check if something was split into halves. Are there two parts, and are those parts equal? All right, so we're gonna do some investigating today together. And I have some shapes here that we have to determine were they cut in half. So let's take a look at them. First up, I have this shape here, and this looks like it could be a rhombus because it has four equal sides, but it doesn't have right angles, so it's not a square. Now looking at my rhombus, I ask my first question. Was my rhombus cut into two parts? One part, two part, check. Next question, are those parts divided equally? So if I check, I can see it was cut right down the middle, and just by looking at it, I can see that the top part does match exactly what the bottom part looks like. So because there are two parts split equally, this shape has been cut into halves. Let's check out another one. All right, this shape here, I see it has three sides, three vertices, three angles, so it must be a triangle. And my first question is, was this shape, triangle, cut into two parts? One part, two parts. So that answer is yes. So now I ask the second question. Were the parts equally cut or divided or shared or split? When I look at this white portion, I see it's a nice equal looking triangle. When I look at the purple one, I can see that this triangle looks a little more stretched out than this triangle here. Even though they're both triangles, they look like two different triangles. So yes, this shape was cut into two parts, but the parts were not equal. So this isn't halves because they're not equally cut. So no, this part was not cut in halves. All right, let's look at another one. I have a circle, which we know is not a polygon because it has curved edges. But let me ask my two questions. Was this shape, circle, cut into two parts? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. It was not cut into two parts. So right away I can stop because I know this is not halves. Halves has to be two parts. This has 3. So nope, the circle was not cut in halves. Let me check out this heart. Not a polygon because it has this curved edge here. Let me ask my two questions. Was it cut into two parts? 1, 2. Do the two parts look equal? My second question, remember, two equal shares. Well, let's see. Over here I have a curved edge that comes down to a point. And over here I have a curved edge that comes down to a point. So yes, this side looks just like this side, just flipped over. So they're equal cuts, and there's two of them, so this shape must be cut in half. And now let's look at the last one. I have an arrow here. This is a polygon. It has straight lines, it doesn't cross, and no curved angles. I can name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually called a septagon. But let me see if it's cut in halves. First question, do I have two parts? 1, 2. Yes, I do. So let me go on to the next question. Are they equal? Well, let me see. Here it looks like I have almost like a triangle-y shape with a little extra edge there. It has 1, 2, 3 vertices sticking out there. When I look at the other half, this just looks like a rectangle to me. No points coming out here. Yeah, these do not look like the same shape, even though it's cut into 2 parts. So this is not cut in half because they're not equal. Doesn't follow the second rule. All right, so that's how we can tell equal or not equal halves, 2 parts or not 2 parts. Now really quickly, I want to look at these and determine, are they cut in half? And if they are, can I shade one of the halves? So let me look over here. I have a circle. Does it have 2 parts? 1, 2, yes. Is it cut equally? This part up here is kind of small and skinny. This part down here is kind of big and fat. Those don't look like the same size parts, so they're not equal. So you know what? It has 2 parts, but it's not cut in half. Moving along, do I have 2 parts? 1, 2. Do my parts have equal cuts? This is a nice rectangle, which matches this rectangle. So yes, it is. So let me color in one of the halves. So now I've shown halves. Moving along. Ooh, this one's sneaky. Do I have 2 parts? 1, 2. Are they equal? You know how I'm going to check? I'm going to see if they both have the same number of vertices. This side has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me check the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like it went right down the middle. So you know what? This one is cut in half. Let me shade half of it. Ta-da! Halves. Now let's move on to this side. 2 parts. 1, 2. Are they equal? Doesn't look equal. Let me prove it by counting the vertices. This has 1, 2, 3 vertices on this side. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. So if there's not an equal number of vertices on both sides, it can't be cut equally. So sorry, not cut in half. Okay? So you're going to do more of those when you're working on your math today. But I want you to go back to those 2 important questions. Is my whole divided into 2 parts? If it's not, then you know right away the answer is no, it's not half. If it is, you have to ask yourself the second important question, are those 2 parts equal shares? If they are, then you have yourself a shape that's cut in half. If it's not, sorry. All right, have fun with this. Good luck, and I'll see you soon, Stuart. Take care.